Hi, guys, and welcome to the Geek Perspective Movie Review Podcast. This is episode 54, and today we are going to rank all the seasons of The Walking Dead from best to worst or worst to best. Additionally, we'll have some news and we have a couple unboxings for you. So, here we go. How we doing, boys?
Fantastic. What a wonderful day outside.
Oh, beautiful today. Beautiful.
Derek, you
I
live?
got to experience it.
I want to talk about Derek's face.
This was my last Saturday at work.
Last Saturday.
Yeah, I'm off every Saturday now.
So then you have no excuse to be late for the show then.
I would only be late if I got on after 4:30.
Well, no,
Oh,
you're always late. You kidding me? We're supposed to do a pre-show stuff here. You never on time for it.
So, that's going forward now. You're not going to be working any more Saturdays?
Not unless I think someone takes a vacation.
That's awesome. Nice, dude.
Yep, Fridays and Saturdays off.
Nothing
Nice.
wrong with that.
Nice.
What's going on with you,
So-
Tom?
No, I mean, work, it's starting to pick back up, which is good, because, with the company, it's like they've been good about it, and we've gotten some days off with pay, which is nice. But obviously you can't get paid forever and not work, so at some point, and it was coming up, that we were going to have to start covering some of our days that we weren't needed, or we would have to go AWOP, a day without pay. But it's starting to pick back up, going in the right direction. So I'm happy about that. See where we go. Hopefully, stuff. We're being smart and going forward here, and we don't want to go back too early or anything, and then cause the COVID to flare back up. But of course, Linda, of course. You're so very welcome, and happy birthday again. So, yeah, you know how it is. You guys more so than me, being on the front lines is like you guys are. It's we don't want it to spike again. So it's like for me, I feel like it's critical we get through May. And then I'm hoping at June we'll really start to see a decline. But I have been reading that be prepared for another spike in the fall. So, but we don't know. So we'll see.
Well, people keep ignoring what's going on. We might never get out of this damn thing.
And so, yes. I also want to wish happy birthday to Hunter. Just his birthday
Tuesday.
is so. Happy birthday, Hunter. Yeah, we always talk about Derek. One of me and Roy's favorite things to do is to bust on Derek. So don't worry. If you want to make fun of him, just start putting those comments in, guys. We love a good Derek joke. So yeah. So how's it been at your work, guys? As far as
really, really good. Not as bad as you would think from hearing other places that have had the epidemic or pandemic rather. So we're doing really well considering.
Good. You guys. Now are either of you in the COVID unit?
No.
Okay. So now see that pay increase that we were talking about for you guys.
Yeah, it just went into effect this past week.
Oh, good. I mean, you guys, like I said, you guys deserve it. I mean, you're out there, you're putting your lives on the line, you're helping
I
people
deserve
out.
it. Derek doesn't deserve it.
Well, I mean, he's in a building too, so
No,
you guys deserve it more. You guys deserve it more than a lot of people that are considered essential. Like I mean, my job's considered essential, and your job is 100 times more important than mine. So it's I'm glad that you guys are starting to see stuff. So yeah, so we're gonna start with the news before we get to some unboxings. He's growing out like Rhymes did in Sons of Anarchy and Walking.
Yeah, Dirk, what happened with that? Huh?
Yeah, but it's weird,
I
man.
shaved it.
Yeah.
Why did you shave? Did your girlfriend make you?
No.
Yeah, she did.
No, that didn't sound too convincing. That
No,
no.
not convincing at all.
I also need a haircut, but I can't give myself a haircut.
Just shave your head.
I've been cutting my own hair since I was 10 years old, my man. You want a haircut? Come on by. It's my specialty.
There you go, Derek. Come on. Join the ball club.
No,
What's that?
See how long the hair grows.
All right, so you should grow the beard back, grow your hair long. You could be a hippie.
Yeah, there you go. Hippie Derek, huh?
Yep. Hey,
Well,
Hey,
that
okay.
could be a YouTube
hockey might
name.
be starting again in June, so maybe we'll have a playoff beard going. If
There you go.
Yeah, it's really funny seeing all these people that normally like don't have a lot of hair or any hair, like friends I work with lots and lots of hair, because it's like most of them go to a barber and stuff. And like, you guys are crazy, man. I've been cutting my hair since I was 10, and don't take nothing. Oh, well, I do a fade. Well, you're 40 years old. You shouldn't be doing a fade anyway. That's my opinion.
I don't know if I've seen the Tobey Maguire beard.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be judgmental, but sometimes I see older guys with
Tobey
fade.
Maguire either.
What's that?
Hunter said that Derek had the Tobey Maguire or Shia LaBeouf beard. I don't remember Tobey Maguire having a beard, or at least like Derek's beard.
Yeah, I don't.
I know Shia let one grow.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf had a big poof going on.
Shia LaBeouf's a nut. That
Oh,
guy
he's so crazy.
he is freaking nuts.
Just do
You
it.
hear about when he was doing that movie where he was like in the military and stuff? He actually pulled one of his teeth out
Yeah.
like, with pliers. It was just
crazy.
like, dude. Although I did hear that Honey Boy on Prime, that's like loosely based on his life and stuff, is supposed to be very, very good.
I've heard the same.
I just haven't gotten around to watching it, so it's yeah, so all right. So we want to start with some news.
Let's do some news.
All right.
So, but before that, I want to wish a friend Tracy happy birthday. Her birthday was a couple of days ago, so happy birthday, Tracy.
Oh, happy birthday, Tracy.
So, want to wish happy birthday. So now with the news. So I don't know if anyone's heard, but Hulu and HBO are doing a deal that if you subscribe to Hulu and already pay for HBO, on May 27th, HBO Max is going to be released and it's going to be free for those subscribers. So, Tom, you have HBO, right?
I have the HBO Hulu package. Yes.
Are you looking forward to HBO Max? Do you care?
Do I get anything extra with HBO Max?
Well, do you care about it?
No. I mean, what? I would if am I getting anything extra? Like,
Yeah, I don't know what HBO Max comes with.
I was always under the assumption that HBO, like HBO, it was essentially the same thing. So I don't know. I mean,
No, it can't be the same thing.
I'll check it out for sure. I mean,
I think it's supposed to have like all different kinds of crazy stuff.
I'll check
From
it
what I
out.
understand.
'Cause,
I think it's supposed to be there's HBO, then HBO Max is supposed to have stuff that.
you know what I was thinking of? HBO Go. That's their other
Okay.
app, and that's
Yes.
just the same thing as the channel. So yeah, so I'll check out HBO Max. I mean, why not? I mean,
You'll have to let us know how it is.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I just signed up, and I told you guys and people out there, Showtime. I think tomorrow is the last day that you can sign up. They're doing a free month on 30 days for free if you download the Showtime app, and you can literally you sign up, download the app, sign up, and then you can go into your settings and cancel your membership, and you still get the 30 days. So if you're interested, I do it all the time with these things. I do it with YouTube. Every time a new Cobra Kai season comes up, they'll offer like a week to a month free. I'll sign up for the month and just cancel right away. So it's a pretty good deal. If anybody out there is interested. So anyway,
Yes. All right, and we have some flash news. Grant Gustin says that he started negotiations for seasons 8 and 9 before the shutdown happened. So it seems like they're on season 6 now. So as of right now, season 7 would be his last season if he doesn't get renewed for 8 and 9. So that's an interesting development. What if they can't reassign him?
His character or the show?
What's that?
Like his character for seasons 8 and 9, or the show as a whole for seasons 8 and 9?
Well, the show wouldn't be a negotiation. It'd be the actors being negotiation. What are you talking about?
Well, it'd be weird. You wouldn't have the main character on the show unless they decided to break off and do Wally West or Kid Flash.
Well, theoretically, weren't there other Flashes anyway in the comics?
Well, do you want like the villains too?
What?
Like the for the villain, like you have a Reverse Flash.
Right. Oh, so you mean having one of them become the Flash?
What is it?
You mean having one of them become the Flash? Well, I know that they're in the comic books. Come on, Derek, this is DC. This is your realm. You should be knowing all this stuff. There were several different Flashes over time.
Yeah, but like, would you go to like Wally West, which would be the Kid Flash? Do you go to a different one?
Honestly, I would just cancel the show personally. If Grant was going to be on the show, I would just cancel it. Historically, when the main character leaves, shows don't do well. So I would just end it. I mean, let's be realistic. He'll be back for 8 and 9. They're in negotiations. Unless something crazy happens, he'll be there. I believe so in it.
They got a whole year to figure it out.
Yeah, with this pandemic, they have possibly more than that.
Yeah, exactly. So, real quick, I just looked up HBO Max. Yeah, it's going to be their new service. It's going to have some brand new content. Just thought I'd bring this up. They're doing live action Green Lantern, which should be pretty cool. Justice League Dark from J.J. Abrams, and a Shining related show called Overlook, as well as other ones too. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. So very cool.
Pretty cool. So go out there, Derek, and subscribe. Come on. Spend some of that millions of dollars you have coming to you.
I wish I had millions of dollars.
So here's some good news, Tom. There is a Hellraiser TV show in development.
Nice.
HBO is developing a TV series with David Gordon Green directing the pilot. And if you don't know who David Gordon Green is, shame on you. He directed the Pineapple Express, The Sitter, 2018's Halloween movie, and he's supposed to be directing the next 2 Halloween movies also. So that's some pretty big news there. Got a big director directing the premiere episode. And
nice. That's awesome.
That might be a reason to get HBO.
Yeah.
And finally, for news, Walking Dead. I have some Walking Dead news.
All right.
Robert Kirkman is saying that his space spore explanation of the outbreak of the zombie outbreak was a joke because Tom said in our pre-show that this happened 18 months ago, but I guess people keep talking about it and keep saying this is what's been starting the outbreak. And apparently that's not true. So if you think that the space spore caused the outbreak, not it.
Yeah, so just to elaborate just a little bit. So it may have come out even longer than 18 months. I don't know when he actually said. I read about it a long time ago, at least like that long ago, where in an interview, they kept pressing. And to me, it came off just like he was just sort of like flabbergasted and whatever, and was just like spaceport, kind of like that. But then if you look more, apparently there was a rumor. I've read this a couple times. I don't know how true it is. But he had wanted to do either a movie within the series or a sequel or something. In the Night of the Living Dead family series there, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, well, all those. He big Romero fan, obviously. He wanted to pay homage to Romero, and his idea supposedly was going to deal with the origins of the outbreak or something, and that was potentially bandied about the spaceport. Now, I don't know the accuracy of it. I don't know. It's just something I had read, and I wanted to elaborate more. But yeah, so that's been going around for a while. Space Spore. I mean, I've always read Kirkman when he's said it numerous times. He's not concerned, and he's not concerned about where the outbreak started, how it started. You know, that wasn't his focus. His focus was the story and how the people, you know what I mean, did it, not the origin. So I don't think you're ever going to get just a straightforward, definitive answer from Robert Kirkman. I don't think you ever will.
Does it really matter how the outbreak started?
No.
Though?
No, not this one. It might in other series, because that might be, you know, in a movie, that might be the way you find the cure. But in this one, if he's not worried about it, we shouldn't be either, you know, because what does it matter? Just my opinion
I
on
agree
that.
totally. 100%.
Just my opinion.
So everybody, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Click that little bell so you stay up to date with all our cool content, especially for next week, because Derek got some crazy stuff happening for next week. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you comment on this video and tell Derek how great he looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beard or no beard?
All right. So, no other news, right, boys?
That is it for the news.
All right. So let's move on to the unboxing. You want to go first, Roy?
Oh, do I want to go first?
Yeah, I'm excited for yours.
I have something really, really super special. It's so special, it's beyond special. So, anybody get a guess what I got in this little box here? Anybody want to guess?
I'm going to guess a Funko.
Oh, you guessed it. All right, that's it. I'm done. No, I'm just kidding. So, this has been pre-ordered from months ago, so long ago, and I think I ordered it in December, ironically. So it was supposed to come May 19th, and it ended up coming a week ago, ironically. So what I have to show you guys, oh my goodness, don't get too excited. Baby Yoda.
Child. Very
Baby
awesome.
Yoda. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
Oh, cool.
Gotta have Baby Yoda.
The
But that's
most
not Baby Yoda. It's called the
pre-ordered
child.
Funko in history, right there.
Now, what's Baby Yoda? You're wrong, Derek.
The box
It-
says the child.
Here the box says, I'm Black Jesus. I say what it is.
It was the most pre-ordered, Funko in history.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I know people who don't even like Star Wars that actually wanted the pop
Yeah.
or anything to do with
Anything
Baby Yoda, or as Derek calls him, the child.
I mean, and all the bootleg stuff that popped up right away, all the sweatshirts and stuff, because they hadn't, they didn't put it all out there. So it's right away, it's people went nuts for the Baby Yoda child, whatever you call them.
They did.
And
They went crazy.
it's really cool. It's really cool.
Let me go. I didn't buy two of them.
Well,
I guess it's gonna be a 10-inch one too.
dude, like I said, there is so many variants coming out from Walgreens and Walmart and Target. I basically every store in the world has their own exclusive variant of Baby Yoda coming out. So you're gonna have.
I know there's a couple that I want to get. I want to get the one that the speeder bike trooper. It's in like a backpack or a knapsack. They have Baby Yoda in that from the TV show. And there's also one where he's eating a frog, which is a pretty cool scene from the show. If you watch The Mandalorian, if you don't, shame on you. Go watch it, you dumbass. It's very cool. He's eating a frog, which is pretty awesome.
Nice.
So I want to get those two. So, but I have a couple of them with the next few months, God willing.
Very cool.
Well, now, Tom, what do you got to show us?
All right. So, I haven't, like we talked about, I haven't been buying a ton of pops recently. Even before COVID, I was starting to slow down and stuff. But we've been doing a lot of unboxings lately. And somebody actually asked me why we were doing so many. And I was like, well, for me, and I know these guys feel the same way, it's with everything going on, some small businesses are really being affected really tough. I have some friends and know people, and then there's others out there that that run Funko and stuff, and they're being affected by this COVID really bad, with all the shutdowns and everything, and losing houses and stuff like that. So I've been trying when I can, you know what I mean? I don't have infinite money, but I'm trying to support these businesses the best way I can, and by buying stuff here and there from them. And so I've been buying Funkos or other collectibles and stuff when I could, just to give them support. Now I know my $20, my $30 isn't gonna save their house or keep them in business, but every little bit helps, and I firmly believe that, and I feel like we should all be helping each other out during this. So that's why I'm gonna, try to bring unboxings to you every week if I can afford it. If I can get it from a small business, to keep them in business. So
Why didn't you order a lightsaber?
Yeah, someday I will, but
Derek does too.
That's a ways away. So this one, I've been sticking to horror and pop rocks like musicians, which I'll show those other two that I had just picked up. But I got this. I like this one. I used to have it, and then I had sold it, and then I kind of regretted selling it. And then this guy. Oh, and by the way, the company, if anybody's interested, it's Sarah and Nathan's PopShop.com. They're actually based out of Raynham, Mass. And but you can go to their website, and it's Sarah and Nathan's PopShop.com. He's got some really good stuff, from new stuff to grails to, and he's got everything in between. And he's got fig pins and super plastics and all those other good stuff. So I can see he did a good packing job. He put, we had the box, and then he put it into a sorter box. And like I said, I know this guy, so I am assuming he also put it in. He probably has it in a protector inside this. So, and I was right. So I picked up Brack.
Oh,
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Nice.
It's got yeah, it's pretty damn good shape, little ding, but other than that. So I had this. If you guys know, I'm a big Adult Swim and Space Ghost and adult animation. I'm a huge fan of. I had this whole set, and then I sold it and regretted selling this guy. I also have Space Ghost autographed. You guys, I showed it last week or the week before. I got to meet George Lowe, and he autographed my Space Ghost one. So I'm going to be getting the other two that are part of this set eventually, again, just to have the set again. Now, I should have never sold it. So yeah, Brack, it's a 2016 summer convention exclusive. So came out in 2016. So two other ones I just picked up again, either ordering online or, getting from smaller businesses. I picked up Marilyn Manson, which, Pop Rocks, I'm a big fan. So I grabbed that guy, and I guess I'll show it now, but I'll show next week when I have the third one. Oh, the whole set. Slayer, the band Slayer, they did it. Kerry King, Tom Araya, and Jeff Hanneran. So the other two should be coming, and I'll show you next week. So yeah. So that's
question for Derek. Derek, do you collect anything for pop-wise besides anime?
Yeah, I got some gaming ones from Overwatch.
Yeah, he's got Disney.
I got a couple of Disney. I got some from Arrow.
And he's also got some sports ones too, right?
A couple of sports ones. The couple from The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, I got
crazy.
the Daryl on the motorcycle one.
Oh, that's right. I have the worst memory on the planet.
Mhm.
Keep trying to look for the hormone monster to match this one.
Oh, so you're looking for a hormone monster?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it somewhere. I'll find it later. I'll text you. I saw somebody selling it. I don't know
I
how
have,
much it was though.
I have to get back to watching that show. I'm on like season 3, I think.
That's all they have out right now. Yeah,
Oh, no, it is season 3. Oh, good. I'm almost caught up then.
yeah, it was
season
a good
4
show.
should be October, right? Is that when it usually drops?
That sounds right. That sounds right. And then they also did their the Valentine's Day special.
Oh, I love that. That was a fun.
That was a great episode.
And a great bridge between 2 and 3.
Yes, it really was. I really like that show. Very funny show. Yeah, I will. Once I figure out what website, I'll send you a link or whatever on that. So let's get to this before we get into our main topic. Seth Rogen has a movie called American Pickle coming to HBO Max. I'll check it out. And also Derek's face would be a good Nana Nana Boo Boo meme. So I agree. Making Derek into a meme is very. I'm totally down.
Derek would be a great meme. Yeah, I agree
been
with that.
memed before.
I'm sure you have. You'll be memed again. Hell,
Sure I
at some
will.
point we'll probably all be memed doing this show.
Yes.
I'm shocked it hasn't happened yet.
Linda's
And
gonna
then-
do it.
No,
Yeah.
Hunter, but I do want one.
I have, but you do have the Chatterer from
I do have
Hellraiser.
the Chatterer.
So
I
I
like the
have
Hellraiser.
Glow in the Dark on Pinhead Hunter, and it's the Hot Topic exclusive, and I have the Walmart Chatterer from it. Either later on in the episode, I will show the Pinhead, or I'll show you next week if I run out of time or whatever. So, all right. Anything else before we get into The Walking Dead season by?
Let's do this.
What's that?
Let's do this.
All right. So,
I want to see how Derek screws up the Walking Dead top 10.
yeah. So we all ranked our seasons from best to worst, or worst to best, or however you wanted to do it. And I'm actually really curious to see how different we are. As far as it goes, I just have I put like one sentence about each season if we wanted to talk about them or not. So who wants to go first?
You want to do like one each?
Yeah.
You want to do 10 to worst to favorite, or let's do worst to favorite?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's two worst to favorite, and we'll each we'll go one, around like that.
I would love to go first.
Oh, please go ahead.
Oh, good. So my number 10 was season 5, and I hated Terminus.
Wow.
I hated Terminus with a passion. I wanted them to drop a bomb on Terminus and just end it all. Just end it because it was horrible. Hated it. Like, how the hell do people not face a zombie threat after years of being on the thing? How is that possible? But these people figured it out and how not to face a zombie threat. I hated season 5.
It's
horrible.
I see. I actually, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but that's in my top 5 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, I liked Terminus. I
hated
did.
it.
And that was the Tyrese send off. Yeah, I like season 5 personally. So,
He was the only reason why that season was watchable.
Tyrese was good. Tyrese was good. They changed that a lot from the comic to the show. They did that a couple of characters. T-Dog, Tyrese, a couple others. But anyway, all right, Derek, what about you?
Negroes.
What's that?
Killing all the Negroes.
Oh yeah. They usually are the first to go, right?
Yeah, they really are.
It's amazing Michonne's made it this long.
Right? I'm shocked.
All right. Derek, your least favorite season.
For me, it was actually season 6.
I agree. Okay, I agree. I didn't like season 6
I
that
just
much.
felt
It's
like
not my
that
work.
was just like a lot of story and like not as much action. But I just felt like the whole season was slow.
But what about the wolves?
See, they got. I didn't think they were like that relevant.
No.
Se- Season 6, a lot of people dislike season 6 because of the sort of pacing, and a lot of people talk about how like nothing good really happens the whole season. It's just like a season of bad shit and despair and stuff. And then and on top of that, a lot of people did not like the cliffhanger ending to the season.
Well, you
That-
you don't like how that the group became Negan's bitch during that season, or you
Yeah,
know, you don't like Jesus? How could
Ye-
you not like Jesus?
I like Jesus
well, I
actually.
mean, like the
He was
character.
way
it's just
cooler in
like
the
the
comic.
episodes.
You had the wolves, you had Jesus,
Yeah,
and then you had them making everyone's bitch. That
yeah,
was
no,
kind of stupid.
I like Jesus. Like I said, Jesus was really cool in the much better in the comics. And I guess we could just talk about that for a second. Thomas Paine talking about how essentially he was ready to leave the show. You know,
He was done.
he was done.
Yeah.
He was done because he felt as though they weren't worried about any more character development as far as Jesus was going. So essentially, he felt like he was waiting for his character to get killed off anyway. So he was done. He was done. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it was weird. He started really big, and then he just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. They would
Yeah.
show him, but he had no important role.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a guy who is that fight able ready, you think would play a major part. And I think they dropped the ball on his character.
oh, dude, in the comic book, I mean, he's in the comic book, he's like freaking Liu Kang. You know, like the shit.
Oh, he was on the show.
You know, the shit that he does like, oh man, it's just, you know, he calls it braining him when he takes him out of the head. Oh, I just brained him. So all right. So my least favorite. Oh, and this ties in to Hunter's next comment. My least favorite, season 2. So I agree with you, Hunter. Season 2, it was for me, it was just very slow.
You
Slow.
people are drunk.
What's that?
You're all drunk.
No, it was slow plotting season.
What?
But there was
Herschel,
hang
Glenn
on.
meets Maggie. Come on.
Let me finish my thought.
Oh, Jesus.
Introduction of Herschel in the farm. Very cool. Very important. It was done really well. But Zombie Sophia coming out, I liked. It was like a punch in the gut, you know, because you kind of get invested and they're looking for Sophia, blah, blah, blah. And then she comes out of the barn as a zombie. So those two things, really good. But coming off of season 1, which was so amazing, and season 1 only being 6 episodes, and it was just so good. It was just essentially it was the pacing. And we've talked about this. We have Shane's death and his reanimation. And didn't we talk about this last episode, whether or not we liked how it was
Yeah.
it was you know.
We
I
talked about his death. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay. So yeah, that was mine. Season 2. It just this pacing, the pacing was just all over the place.
Yeah, I thought the pacing was perfect because everything was spaced out, you know.
And
I think it was spaced out really well.
I felt like, you know, aside from Shane's death, I mean, like the other things were okay. Like I said, the introduction of Herschel's farm and Zombie Sophia, but the most important thing was obviously Shane's death. And I don't know, it just always been my least favorite for some reason. And I've gone back and rewatched some of the episodes. Not about it. All right. So back to you, Roy.
All right, my number 9 was season 4. And there's nothing worse than having a random strange virus. No, I've watched zombie movies for 30 something plus years, and that's just lazy writing. That's just so lazy writing.
Mhm.
And as far as the governor goes, from what I've heard from people who read the comic books, that he was so different and so much better in the comic books. The only good thing about that season was Herschel and the shocking death that he had. Other
Mhm.
than that, it was horrible. Just downright horrible.
Yeah, and I'll get to my. I agree with you a lot, so, and I'll get to it. But Derek,
For me, it was like the season where we had like Crazy Rick, where he just had no idea what the hell was going on.
Crazy Rick. What season?
yeah, what season?
That's the thing. I can't remember what season number it was.
Oh
I
Jesus,
just feel like
Derek.
that was like one of the
Yeah.
worst seasons.
Crazy Rick was like half the seasons.
No, this is like the one where like he was just like off the rails and like seeing Lori and like seeing all the visions.
I don't know, dude. It's been 10 years of show. And I
wasn't
I
that
wasn't
wasn't
sure
that
if it was
that was the
4 or
prison? That
I
was
know
the
it
prison.
I'm not sure if it was like the 4 or 3.
I was saying it had to be either 3
It
or
had to be
4,
4
right?
because it was after they killed the governor, right?
Well, the governor died at the end of season
4.
4.
Yeah.
So it had
Then it was 5.
no 5 was Terminus.
He definitely went crazy somewhere.
It had to be 3 because it was before the big battle, so it had to be 3.
Okay, so it was before the battle. Okay, so they had 3. Then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Don't go by me because I'm way
Okay,
off.
wait, it was right after Lori died, right?
Laurie died in season 3.
And then he went crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, it had to be season 3.
So 3.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
just said 3.
All
You're
right.
welcome, Derek.
Sorry.
All
All
right.
right, Tom.
So mine, season 4, Roy. I agree with you on this one. Season 4 was mine. So it's we had the surprise return of the governor. Like you said, the most important thing was the governor killing Herschel. My opinion, the first half of the season was much better than the second half. Just in my opinion. For that season, the best episode was the episode called The Grove, which was the episode that was pretty much solely about Carol and showing her sort of evolution into being a badass and stuff. So, but yeah, it was that season. The pacing was wrong. Everything that Roy said, I agree with. Which me and Roy don't always agree 100%, but I agree with everything he said about season 4. It was just a mess of a season, in my opinion. It felt schizophrenic at times.
For me, in general, it seemed like the middle part of the seasons were kind of like either they were good or they were bad. Like for some reason, I don't know if they lost their way a little bit for a while, but it seemed like after a few seasons they lost their way for a bit.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'll go with you on that. So before we get on to our number 8, at this time, my top favorite seasons are 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9. This is from Hunter. I did love Herschel. I enjoyed the first half of season 5 and the second half of season 6.
Hunter, you're wrong about season 4.
Hey, it's everybody's opinion, It's
No,
all
only my opinion matters.
all subjective. So,
Nope,
all
only
right.
my opinion matters.
So, your number 8 or your third worst, Roy?
All right, my third worst was ironically season 8. I just did not care for that season, and I wanted to like it so much. Carl finally dies. I was doing cartwheels for that. I was so happy. But then, like before he dies, he whines to his father, "Just end the war. Just end the war." No, you gotta fuck those people up for what they did to your people. Eugene finally picked sides. There was so much I wanted to like about it, but I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And then Rick spared Negan's life. I'm like, dude, kill him.
Yeah.
Of course, now I'm glad he didn't. But
Yeah,
at the time, I was like,
at the time you didn't know what you know. I agree
Right.
100% on that one.
no, he fucked up your people. one of my favorite characters. You kill him. So that's why I was like, ugh. But I wanted to like it. I just couldn't. I just too much that just couldn't do it.
Okay. Hey, I'm feeling you. All right, Derek, you're
This is where I had 4.
okay.
What?
Since you just talked.
Oh, 4.
Okay, I gotcha.
But they're like all those same reasons that you guys just said. Like it was all over the place and
It really was.
random time for a flu virus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's just lazy. It's like, say if we created a movie, the 3 of us. One of the easiest things would be to do is do like, oh, it's a virus or a sickness. You know what I mean? It's just lazy.
Yeah,
Too simple.
and for me, I agree with you. I think it could be done if you did it right, but it did. It came across as sloppy, lazy, because you could do something good. Because I do like it when they bring in like these new elements that they haven't brought in. You know what I mean? Whether it's, the first time we saw snow. You know what I mean? And they're having to deal with a harsh winter or something like that. Like I like that if it's done right, but it just wasn't in that season. So I agree with both of you on that. It just, it was, All right. Well, mine again. This is shocking. I agree with Roy. So
Jesus,
it was season 8.
Hell's coming over.
The high point was Carl's death. Although it was ruined by his hey, Dad, come here, let me whisper. And again, my 2 notes on it: Carl's death, the high point, and Rick spares Negan. What the fuck? Now, and I had read the comics and stuff, but it just, as far as the show, you didn't know where they were going. I was like, oh boy, this could be really where they jumped the shark here, and so yeah, season 8, that was my I thought the 3rd worst. All right, so your 7, Roy, or your 4.
All right. Well, my 7 was one of you guys. I picked season 6.
Okay.
And I've already discussed it. Rye, Rick's group, the Wolves, Jesus. But I again, it was one of those seasons that I thought was okay. It just wasn't that great.
Yeah.
I didn't think. It was good enough, but not good enough to be better than some of the other seasons I have ranked higher.
Yeah. Feel you on that. What about you, Derek?
Oh, we're on number 4 now, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, I lost.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm having the same issue trying to go through my notes. So
come on, Derek.
Oh, I'm still lost from where we are. You're not.
Oh,
helping me where we are.
I thought you were just sitting there dreaming. I'm gonna teach you how to do bullet points, Derek.
No, like I'm lost where we are right now. So tell me where we are.
We're on the 7th.
yeah, it would be 4th worst.
Oh,
4th
yeah,
worst.
what I said we're on the 4th one now, and you said no.
No, you said yes.
I said yes.
You said yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said no.
No,
No,
I
you said
said
yes.
yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're 4th worst. Yeah.
See, like I'm just like a season behind you guys because this is where I had 8.
Okay. Any specifics about season 8?
No, you guys pretty much covered it.
Yeah, it was one of those seasons. The two things of note are Carl's death and Rick spares Negan. So, all right, and my 7. Okay, Rick and Lori get the Hunter row. Rick and Lori had hallucinations after she died in season 3. The governor died in the same episode as Herschel. They both died in the first half of season 4. Lizzie, I think, died in the second half of season. Okay, and then he says the Wolves are season 5. All right, so my 4th worst my 7th is season 7. This is the season where they introduced the Kingdom and Oceanside, the very beginning of the season, we finally get the payoff to the cliffhanger from season 6 that we talked about, where, and they did change because, you guys don't read the comics as much. They did change it, a little bit. In the comic, Abraham does not get his head bashed in. It's just Glenn. So in the comic book, so, which I knew was coming and everything, but I didn't know who they're, I figured Glenn would be. I didn't know if they're going to kill anybody else. And I don't know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but here's some fun trivia. Well, we were at Comic-Con and I was with, what's his name in real life? I can't think of his name in real life. Abraham. The guy who plays Abraham. I was with him as
Cutlets.
Yes, thank you. I was with him, and a lot of fans would have preferred that were there. He survived over Glenn, which shocked the hell out of me, because I think Glenn is a more popular character.
Yeah,
but the people that would seen all of them said they would rather have Glenn die and then have him live. I was very surprised by that.
Well, I think that goes back to kind of being some fans being purists as far as the comic goes. I mean, not all of them, obviously. I think some of it. So they in the comic, it was like, I remember when I read that comic where Glenn dies, I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god, they killed Glenn. But then you had a bunch of time before it came out on TV, so like by the time it got to that season, I had already dealt with his death in reading it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Where Abraham was still going in the comics, So it's it almost felt for me with the Abraham, it felt like, okay, we got to top the comic and be a little more shocking than the comic, so we're gonna kill Abraham on this. That's what it felt like. Season 7 for me. That was my 7th one too. So, all right, Roy, we're at the halfway point.
Yep, it's either 5 or mine says season 6. Well, it says 6.
Yeah,
I'm going down backwards.
Yeah.
So mine for 5 essentially would be season 3. They find the prison, and they should have stayed there and preserved it for their lives. I don't know how they let that get away from them. And Rick's wife dies, giving birth. Rick, which I didn't like this part.
Carl Shatter.
Yeah. Rick turns into a blubbering mess. It was just, you meet Michonne, which is pretty badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was my number 6 or /5. I like the season.
Cool.
So for me, it was season 2.
Season 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like the farm and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And you had the big fight scene with Rick and Shane where they finally kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Twice.
Yeah, I just don't get how you cannot like the whole barn with a million zombies in there. It's almost one of the greatest scenes I think of the whole series. Who keeps zombies in a barn?
That scene was cool. It just, for me, it didn't make up for the rest of the season, but that was really cool. And like I said, watching Sophia come out, that was like, getting punched in the gut.
I think that was the first time too you realize, like, oh shit, this cast might not be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so we're at the halfway for me, and hang on, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for me, 5 would be season 9. Season 9. So season right before the one that just ended, and this was the first season that Angela Kang took over as the showrunner. Oh god, I wrote these notes and apparently it did a bunch of autocorrect and I didn't notice.
I hate when it does that.
Yeah, I'm reading it. And
yes.
Like I had Angela Kang, but in the notes it's Angela Kangaroo. season 9. We had the Rick send off, which would take it or leave it. And what I did like about season 9, because this was 5, so I liked it. We get introduced to the Whisperers, and I think the Whisperers are very cool. I was very excited for the Whisperers to the season to come, because having known the comic book. So yeah, season 9 was my number 5. All right. Number 4, Roy.
So my number 4 was season 9. You had Andrew Lincoln's last season and getting killed off supposedly, and his death just kind of just fucked everybody up. Everybody was all confused. No one knew what they were doing, and that was kind of cool. You kind of saw how he held everyone together, even when he wasn't there, kind of thing. Like in their own little communities, he was still the leader. And then, like Tom said, you get to meet the Whisperers. You got Alpha and Beta, which are 2 awesome characters.
Yes,
and just a really good season.
And 2 very good actors too.
Yes,
Ryan
very awesome actors.
Samantha Morton, God, the show.
Which, by the way, Beta, what's his face? He's on a new series. So that kind of tells you what happens to him during the show.
A new series coming out?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. He's already been cast. He's going to be on a new show. So
Cool.
Looking forward to that. So we'll see what happens with that show. But yep, season 9. Very good season. Kind of reaffirmed that it was finally getting better again.
All right.
Go ahead, Derek.
Go ahead.
I guess it's my turn to agree with Roy this time.
What?
Wow, that happens even less than me and Roy agreeing.
I know, right? Oh, Jesus.
You want to say anything about it, Derek, or?
Yeah, you going to say anything? You're supposed to sit there and smile.
Well, you're flashing the child.
Yeah, that's something you should be saying on the internet. Way to go, Derek. We just gonna strike. Thanks a lot, Derek.
We just got shut down.
But,
Oy vey.
It was just like a big season, like you said. Like you had Rick leave and the introduction for the Whisperers. Finally get to meet their leader and all that other stuff. Crazy big season.
Yeah, season 9 was a good one.
It was a good season.
All right. So mine is season 6. So I like season 6. Like I said, this is a very polarizing season. A lot of people didn't like it. Because it was very, it didn't feel like a lot of good happened, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Is this the right season? Yes. And so, yeah, it was polarized, but I had that cliffhanger ending that made a lot of people mad. But what I liked about it is we got, what I liked a lot, but
I love the cliffhanger.
Morgan's sort of backstory a little bit, where he had gone after, we get introduced to Morgan, then we don't see him for a long time, a bunch of seasons, then comes back. Now we get to see, and we have John Carroll Lynch. Sorry, hang on. We have John Carroll Lynch being introduced. So, yeah. I liked season 6. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. So, Roy, you're up. So,
all right. So, I guess it's 6 for you guys, but it's 4 for me. Was season 10. Michonne's final season, the end of the Whisperers, essentially. And kind of leading Michonne into the Rick Grimes movies, possibly. I thought that was all very cool. I liked how they did it. And it confirmed to me that The Walking Dead may be finally back on track. Except for season 8. The last several seasons have been really, really, really good again.
mm-hmm.
So God willing, season 11 will keep going in that trend. I mean, once you get to 10 seasons of anything, it gets harder and harder to be up to a standard that you're used to.
Mhm.
So we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful, God, I'm hopeful. So, Derek, you're up.
For me, it was season 6.
Wow.
Damn you people in season 6.
Season 6 was like a really nice build up towards season 7. Like you have them like
No, 2 was a nice build up. Season 6 was like a bore fest.
well, like you have them like trying to
Build up means
Alexandria.
boring. Was that?
that you got them trying to fix Alexandria. You get your Morgan coming back. That's
No.
his story.
Did you guys think Morgan was self-righteous? I kind of get that. I like Morgan as a character. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But I found later in the seasons, he seemed a little bit self-righteous to me.
He definitely did. I agree with that
To
100%.
me, anyway. And I love him as a character, but I was like, no, you kill those fuckers.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Well,
You know?
yeah, and dude, honestly, I know you guys don't watch Fear the Walking Dead, but of any character's progression from the very beginning to the end, his is, in my opinion, the most interesting because he does. And there was a point that I could not stand him almost for those reasons, right? You know, it's just like,
Right.
and but for me, I mean, he has come so full. I can't wait to see what they do with him for next season because they kind of left it on a cliffhanger last season in Fear the Walking Dead. What
Mhm.
happened to him, I can't wait to see because his growth and progression as a character for me, has been super interesting in my opinion. So,
I think he's definitely had one of the more interesting story arcs.
yeah.
Like he's like this really nice, naive guy in the beginning, then he goes crazy, and then he's like
A pacifist. Yeah,
pretty
he's
much, yeah.
not.
He's like he can do all these things to the zombies, but he's not gonna touch people.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Morgan, it's a very interesting. All right, so me now. Hang on,
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna get this real quick. Hey, guys, Chandler Riggs said in an interview they had several different versions of who they killed off. Version 1 was Abraham and Glenn. Version 2 was Maggie and Eugene. And
Yeah, Derek, it was already up there, Tom.
okay.
Beforehand, yeah.
All right,
He told the same thing twice.
cool. All right, so for me now, so next is season 10 for me. Actually, this most recent season. It and honestly, I know Roy, you said season 9 you felt like it was starting to turn around. Season 10 is where the second half of season 10 is where it turned around for me again. You guys know I've been saying it for a while now. The last couple of I was getting disinterested and stuff, and then they came back from their mid-season break, and God, season 10 just blew the door. It was just amazing. So it was, yeah, that was mine. Season 10. So,
Nice.
all right, next, you're up, Roy.
All right. For you guys, it would be season 8. For me, it would be season 3. And I'm sorry, number 3, not season 3, number 3. And that would be season 2, actually. One of the greatest seasons of The Walking Dead ever had. The history of the world. No, I'm just kidding. I personally like the season because you get to meet Herschel, and I loved his character, the story of him, and you watch those episodes and how he's protecting his family. And at first, he doesn't want to do anything to do with these new people, but yet he relents. You know, Glenn meets Maggie. You know, that love affair. And all the zombies in the barn. Dude's keeping zombies in a barn. That's badass. I don't care what anyone says. And then you find out what happened to Carol's daughter. She's in the barn. Like, holy shit. And then, you know, Rick kills Shane, and it was kind of like, yeah, okay. And kind of overdue, kind of in a way, because if you think about it,
Yeah.
he was with his wife. Like, fuck him up.
Yep. Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So for me, season 2 was a really good season.
Nice.
That was my number 8.
Awesome.
All right, Derek, you're up, my friend.
For me, it was this current season, season 10.
Hey, Linda likes season 10 also. You and Linda get along. Holy Jesus!
Wow, I'm agreeing with almost everyone today.
Are you drinking?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But honestly, like I feel like for us, like season 10 could change depending on how the season finale plays out.
Well, Beta dies.
Everybody dies.
That'll really change everything.
Everybody dies.
Everybody gets annihilated. The
Yeah.
bomb gets dropped.
Yeah, there's so many potential stories to play out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
But like it definitely picked up like after this mid-season finale there.
Like I said, it got me excited again about it. It's
Like
I
who's
really
fighting who's gonna die.
really
Who's getting
enjoy it.
crazy.
Plus, we got like what's gonna happen with Michonne, what's gonna even Rick and all this. It's just there's so much potential going forward right now for some really interesting things. So
Mhm.
all right, mine is season 5 is my number 3. Carol storming Terminus, so badass. This is like Carol's transformation, from where she was just abused housewife, and then through the seasons becoming just a bigger badass, and then how she just fucking takes on Terminus like she does, like where all her people are,
That's what I didn't like about the season.
I love that because
It was too over the top, I thought.
I did hear people saying that. I just loved it because this is one show where almost always I can suspend the disbelief.
Well, to me, it's not even that. It's like if it happened later. Like how do you turn like a badass like that quickly?
Well, I mean,
the way she was too. She was broken for a while.
She was, but then she was on her own for a while. I mean, and it's never 100% clear on how much time has passed.
Right.
I mean, we have our estimates, but it's never 100% clear. It's like, how far into it are we? So I like that. We also had the Tyrese send off during that season, and this is where we first get introduced to Alexandria, which obviously plays a huge role in the rest of it. So
because they're still there.
Yeah. So season 5 for me was my number 3. I really enjoyed season 5. So, all right, Roy. Number 2.
All right. My number 2 favorite for me, and it's number 9 for you guys, would be season 7.
Okay.
It was one of my most favorite seasons, and it's not because I thought it was better than any other season or that the writing was amazing or anything like that, but it was the things that happened in the season just was like out there, like Negan, annihilating Glenn and Abraham. We see Rick submitting. Whoever thought Rick would be submitting again?
Yeah.
You meet King Ezekiel. Come on. That's not over the top. That's not over the top.
With the
tiger. Right? In a place called the Kingdom. And then you have Sasha, what she did. I was just like, it was just these things that were happening in the season was like, what? King who? What the hell are you?
Well, Ezekiel is the true Tiger King. That just
yes,
he is the true. Joe Exotic's got nothing on Ezekiel. King Ezekiel.
The way he speaks, proper.
Yeah, and it's almost Shakespearean the way he speaks. He does this heightened English. So that's a good pick, man. It's very good.
So that was my pick, season 7.
All right.
The most people are saying that it's gonna be like a mini movie. That's what they're saying because the season's essentially over.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an add-on. The last episode was the season finale, essentially.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
All right, Derek.
Oh, that was in reference to this, right? You were saying? Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Derek.
So for me, it was also season 7.
There
Just
you go.
the,
Holy Jesus.
just like the shock value from the first episode of the season,
Right. It was like, what?
and like it was definitely like one of the craziest seasons.
Definitely
like,
was.
like you said, like the Sasha suicide mission. Daryl
She was
getting
kind of
kidnapped.
losing at the end, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Daryl being kidnapped.
Oh,
Carl being
yeah, I forgot about
kidnapped.
that.
Yeah, the
Pretty much
Darren.
the whole camp got kidnapped.
Is that right? I think I got kidnapped at some point.
Remember the song that they just played over and over again? Daryl.
Street.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
My friend has that song on his phone.
that's it's funny because that was like I said, for me that was like number 7 for me in the season. I wasn't big on that season, but I can definitely see what you guys are saying. Some cool stuff happened. Like you said, right off the rip, you got the Glenn and Abraham death, and you do get
How they died, too.
yeah.
It was like one of the most brutal things on the network.
Yeah, well, it's like one of the most brutal things on TV ever.
People protested. They wanted the show canceled after that happened. People were calling and emailing the network saying, take that show off the air. People were threatening lawsuits. People don't realize like how people were like freaking out about that.
And I think that one had like the most like that one definitely reeled in a lot of fans. Like a lot of interaction, like nobody knew what to do after that.
Linda, you already are crazy.
Yeah, it drove me crazy too, Linda. But I thought it was perfect for like torturing Daryl. It was just like a perfect song for torturing him. All right. So me. All right.
It's you.
My number 2 is season 3. Actually, is my second favorite. We get introduced to the governor. We meet Michonne. We have the Daryl and Merle reunion. And it's, we always talk about how we hated Carl and everything. I didn't have as much a disdain as Roy by the end. I mean, he still was definitely not my favorite. It was probably in my, in my top 3 worst characters at the time. But he kills he has to kill his mother after birth because she's going to bleed out, and then she would, essentially turn on him, and he doesn't want him to turn. And, he has to kill his mother. So I thought that was kind of badass because Carl was still young. Again, he's annoying. I'm not saying his character was not annoying, but, it started to get a little bit better for me. His character started to get a little bit better for me. So, and then, like I said, you got Governor Michonne, Daryl, and Merle. I mean, I just felt like this was a really good season. And on top of that, for me, it was coming off of season 2, which Roy loved, but I did not like season 2. So this was like a sort of, oh, thank God the show is gonna be good again. It's not gonna go to shit like I thought it would after season 2. So season 3 is my number 2. And now we are at our favorite seasons.
I just texted Hunter. Didn't even work. Yes, Hunter. I've seen 28 Weeks Later and 28 Days Later. Yes, you should watch them.
Yes, they're great.
And as far as my number 1 ranking, which no surprise, season 1. There's a million reasons for it. It was a zombie show. It was a zombie show well done. You got to meet Dale. Dale was one of the coolest characters on the show. Everyone forgets poor Dale in his RV. Rick riding the horse into Atlanta, the most badass poster I've ever seen. And the struggle of Rick to find his family, that was a great storyline. So season 1, it was the greatest season ever.
Right.
Yeah, Derek.
All right.
I think we all did it. I think we all put season 1 up there.
Well, you should have if you're smart.
I did pick season 1 for number 1.
Yeah. Season
Yeah.
1. And
I
you,
feel like it was like the perfect thing to just reel you into this world, like this apocalyptic world. Like you had like the brief, oh hey, look, it's society, it's normal, but then you get like the crazy, oh, he went to a coma, he wakes up, he's in a zombie, he's gonna shoot a little girl zombie.
Yeah.
Get saved by a pizza guy.
I know. Who would have thought that pizza guy would be one of the most beloved characters of the series history?
I know, right? It's so funny. So funny. Ugh. All right. Well, my season 1, boys, is season 1. We all picked it. It was just so perfect. It was 6 episodes, but it was the right length. Like now we would be like, oh, it's only 6 episodes. But at the time, it was like the perfect length. It was just, you had never seen anything like this on TV at this point. You know, it was.
And they were all over an hour.
Yeah, it was just perfect. It was just the perfect season for me. So
you guys were pretty smart to pick season 1. That's the smartest thing you guys did all day.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we all agreed on something?
Probably all 3 of us.
I think so. Yeah.
I would have.
Mark this down in your calendars, people. We all agreed.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to. I'm looking for a show that I wanted to share with Hunter, a zombie show that I watched. So if you guys want to talk for a second, I'll be right back.
Is it
Well, Derek, why don't you tell us what your review is for next week?
All right, so are you guys ready to be surprised? You guys are going to have to do a lot of research on this. We're going to talk about Pokemon next week.
Oh, God.
Pokemon. Oh, boy.
You can talk about anything you want from it, whether it's the card game, the TV show, the handheld games, Pokemon Go.
Oh, I'm going to slam this thing so bad. You guys have no clue. So, yes, everyone. Oh, Zomboat. That's a great show. Is that ever coming back? Because that was a freaking awesome show.
Yeah. I watch a ton of different. You guys should check
Zomboat.
Dead Set is really cool too. It's a these people are all on the set or in a reality show, kind of like a Big Brother, and then all of a sudden a zombie outbreak happens outside while they're all locked on set.
That's cool.
I have
that on.
I actually have it on DVD. I don't know. You would have to look because it was a British show.
What's it called again?
Dead Set. It's right there on the in the.
I saw that somewhere.
It's yeah, and then
there's something I watch.
There's another really good one, British show, where they're zombies, but they can still talk and kind of think and everything, and then they're but everybody hates them. And what the hell is the name of it? Oh, In the Flesh. Yes, In the Flesh. I'm gonna put that. Another really good zombie show. I about 6 years ago, I just went through and just looked up just random freaking zombie shows and started watching them. Actually, has a ton of really, really good zombie shows. Really good. And they can kind of get away with a little bit more over there. So, yes. There's a couple. I just put them in there in the comments. Anybody's interested. So, Zombo, Dead Set, In the Flesh, and The Fades. All very, very good zombie shows. Different look at different types of zombies, different things. Like Roy said, Zombo, the comedy. So
they should make more comedies of zombie movies. They don't make enough of those, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
Pot Zombies is always a classic.
Pot Zombies, yes. Although it's very different than what I had expected when I watched it. I mean, I loved it. But, it's not really a story. It's just a bunch of
It's exactly like the title suggests.
Yeah. So
Pretty much, yep.
I'll put
But there's
that.
smoke during the filming of it.
Yep. So. Oh yeah. So there we go. The top 10.
That was a good review.
What's that?
That was a good review.
Yeah, no, that was fun. That went a lot better than I had thought. Honestly, I was getting a little nervous as we were getting closer.
No,
to
Derek should be getting nervous because of next week's topic.
So next week is just Pokemon.
Yeah, you can talk about any part of it you want.
All right. So
I figure at least you
Well,
might
no,
know-
you're talking about it.
I know.
It's your episode. We're not talking about it.
But I'm just saying, like, it could be any part of Pokemon.
maybe I can finally understand what it's all about after next episode because I just don't.
I don't think Derek knows how this works when he's producing an episode. He's having us do the work for him.
No.
I don't understand. I don't
I'm
think
just
you
giving
understand,
guys
Derek.
something so you can look up stuff and be
But why?
somewhat
It's your
educated.
episode.
I'll
Why
have
would you-
questions for you,
I'm
but
Oh,
sure you
yeah,
guys
oh,
will
yeah, I'll have
a
questions,
bunch
too.
of questions.
I will have questions.
You just killed yourself, Derek. You better have the answers too.
Yes, you better. You
I
better.
ask you 1,000,001 questions.
So,
You're gonna regret picking that, Derek. I'm telling you.
oh, right.
Like, how many different kinds of Pokemon are there? Like, what exists? Give us
Okay,
give us kind of preview.
There's over 800 different Pokemon.
800?
I think it's like 850 something.
That's not possible.
Yes, it is. Every
What do you mean 800? How is that possible?
roughly every season of the anime, they come out with like over another 100 Pokemon.
No, what I mean is, I don't mean the Pokemon themselves. I mean like card games, movies, TV show. Like, how many different things are there for Pokemon?
Oh, for that. I thought you meant like the individual Pokemon. Okay. So there's the TV
No,
show.
you're not being very specific what we're talking about here. You're just saying Pokemon. It can
No,
mean
no,
any
so, like,
different
anything.
thing.
Like you can pick like stuff. You can question me about like the TV show. You can question me about the handheld games, the mobile game, trading cards. It's pretty much everywhere.
So, what is a Pokemon?
Okay, so it's the
That's a question for next week. I get one of your questions, Tom. Because we'll both forget, so it won't matter anyway.
Exactly.
One of us will ask the question again, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure I've asked Eric 100 times a bunch of questions about Pokemon, and I just don't understand it. Just don't get it. I work with a guy who's into it too, and there was actually two of them, but one he transferred to another facility. I don't get it.
So as Tom said, what is
And
Pokemon?
I'm yawning because I'm tired from work.
I'm
I should
yawning
probably
because I
stop
wasn't
going to
working.
bed at midnight and then waking up at 5.
I'm sanding a bench tomorrow.
What about tomorrow?
I'm sanding and maybe painting a bench.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've been to my house. So there's no railing by the stairs in the back. We have a bench, it's an L-shaped bench. I'm
Mhm.
putting that there, but it's rusty, so I got to grind it and sand it down.
All right.
And we're gonna paint it, and then there's no seat cushions, so I got to put some wood down and buy some cushions for it. So there'll be a nice little nook to sit, and I'm gonna have to make a table because I want a small table. I don't want a big table over there. You remember last year that big white round crappy table I had?
hmm
I want something half that size at least. And then we can use the other table for whatever we want or whatever.
Nice. Very
So
cool.
that's my plan. So I'll be doing. It's supposed to be gorgeous tomorrow. So
Yeah, it is.
that's my plan tomorrow. But I don't mean to cut Derek off. So Derek, as Tom said, what is Pokemon? Like, what is a
Alright, so-
Pokemon?
It's actually short for the term pocket monster.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that actually helps a lot.
it
Honestly.
does. It sounds cool.
That explanation is probably better than any other thing that I've heard from any of you that play Pokemon. Because
Yes,
Pocket Monster, okay, that makes sense to me.
and it sounds cool.
Yes.
so and they're called pocket monsters because like when they go into the Pokeball and they shrink into the Pokeball size, like you can shrink the Pokeball and put it in your pocket.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
why do you
although,
put them in
like-
your pocket?
Huh?
Why do you put them in your pocket?
You don't have to put them in your pocket. I mean, you can like wear them as like your belt ring or something.
Why would you do that?
That's where you would.
Does
put
he
the
protect you
Pokeball.
from evil?
No.
Does
that's where you
he
would put your
fight the bad
Pokeballs.
guys?
That's just where you put the Pokeballs. You can't walk around holding all the Pokeballs.
Poke
like this.
balls? Like a round thing? You mean a ball?
Yeah, you put it. You catch them with a Pokeball.
You catch him with a poke. Now you're confusing me.
Yeah, well, we will learn next week.
Yeah,
For
I'll show
sure.
you guys what a Pokeball is like when we're off air. Then.
Yeah, no, this will be good though. This will, yeah, I be prepared, dude. I'm not going to go easy with my questions. So be prepared.
That is fine. I'll probably have to brush up on the Sword and Shield, which is.
Oh, you're gonna have
the
to brush
set.
up on everything because
Yeah,
I
every
guarantee you, whatever you say, I'm gonna have a question about it.
and
Okay.
I want a list of all 800 Pokemons.
I could just send you a YouTube link where the guy makes.
No, I
sends
want
them-
you to say it.
Actually, if you could get a picture,
That's gonna take forever.
Derek,
Yeah.
do they have pictures like a bunch of them on a picture? We could post it on here. We could screen share it. If they may, I don't know if they have it online or something. You know what I mean? Is that
Yeah, I got a-
possible?
I got a Pokedex book somewhere, but I can find some pictures. It's
So-
gonna be like
Whoa! Hunter just said there's a Pokemon theme song.
And I definitely want to hear Derek sing
Oh, me too.
I
me
agree
too.
with you, Hunter.
There's a theme song.
This
Holy Jesus!
may be the best idea ever.
This is going to be the greatest thing on the history of the world.
You oh man, you better warm up those vocal cords, boy. I want to hear this.
I might even sing it with you. That might be fun. Pokemon. I play with my Pokemon. Fun. This could be the greatest thing ever.
That's awesome.
I cannot wait for the show now. I'm so excited. You give me something to
you
look
thought it
forward
was
to
gonna
next
be
week.
boring next week.
Oh no, this is gonna be the greatest show ever. We're gonna get 1,000 million trillion likes because people are like, what the bleep? Even Linda says sing it. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Derek.
And I promise I'm gonna keep it clean because kids might want to watch this episode.
Can we
Even though our show
sing
says
the whole
adults only.
song without like some kind of copyright stuff?
If you're singing it as a teaching thing, supposedly we can't get sued. Worst case scenario, we'll get a strike and they'll take it off the thing. And if we get a strike, maybe we'll get some publicity.
Yep.
How'd
can't
you
hurt.
strike? Oh, we sang a song.
I know. What song? Pokemon. Like what? pretty awesome.
Yeah. Now I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh, I so am too. I would never thought I would have actually said that about Pokemon.
Yeah, me too. But now I am. Now,
Oh man.
now I am. All right. This is
Oh,
gonna be.
worst zombie movie. Jesus.
What is the worst zombie?
Worst zombie movie.
Well,
Hot zombie.
probably one of the remakes.
Pot zombies. Screw you, Derek.
For me, it's probably like one of the remakes of like a Dawn of the Dead or remember didn't they redo Evil Dead
Yes.
or something, and it wasn't very good. For me,
Mhm.
it's any of those remakes are worst. As far as an original worst zombie movie, it's a good question, and I'll answer it next week because I'm gonna have to look through. I've watched a lot of zombie movies, but yeah, I'll try to find you original as far as, but any sort of remake, some have been pretty bad, like the Evil Dead remake, and a few others.
For some reason, the Return of the Living Dead series,
Oh yeah, that's
one of them, I liked 3.
yeah.
I don't think 3 was good though, but I like the female main character in that. But I don't think it was very good.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. See, that's actually
Yeah.
good too. That's it.
So I want to say Return of the Living Dead Part 3. It might even be the whole series of that.
Yeah,
But I
were-
love zombie movies, so I'd watch it anyway because
yeah.
I
I
don't
watched.
think they were very good.
Yeah, I watched them all, but they weren't very good. But
Yeah.
I will have a definitive answer for you next week, Hunter, for sure. So, oh wow, this is my first time looking up at the time. We're at like almost an hour and 25 minutes. Holy
Yes,
cow!
we are.
you didn't feel like that. So, yeah, we should wrap it up. So, any last words, boys, before we
Yes.
take it home?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Monday is May the 4th. You know
Ah,
what that means? Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. You gotta say that on Monday, or else I come in and kill you.
What if I say it over the loudspeaker at work for you?
I dare you. I dare you beyond dares.
oh yeah. So May the 4th. All right.
No,
I need-
may the 4th be with you.
Mm-hmm.
Tom's like, yeah, I ain't saying it.
And then Cinco de Mayo on Taco Tuesday.
Taco
What's that?
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco de Mayo.
Cinco
Oh,
de
that's
Mayo.
right, huh?
Yeah.
May
I
the
know.
4th more important.
This Cinco de Mayo is not going to be too crazy. So,
Well, thanks, Linda. Thanks, Hunter, for watching the show today.
of course, Linda.
And whoever was here earlier that left us.
Happy birthday, Linda. Of course.
Yeah, happy birthday, good Linda. Enjoy the pop. We got to buy her some more so she can have a big display of them. And
Yeah.
then Joe can get pissed off of her having all those pops.
That are just gonna sit there and collect dust.
She's going to have a big room full of pops. She's going to have more than all of us watch.
That's awesome. That's
She already
awesome.
bought 5.
That is awesome. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Again, check us out or like and subscribe this video. Leave a comment. Anything you want. What do you want us to talk about? We'll talk about it. It doesn't mean the next episode, but we will schedule it sometime down the road if you want us to talk about something. So, and check us out on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On Twitter, we were actually Geek Perspective 2. And the E at the end is actually a 2. So check us out on all those. And for Roy, Derek, and myself, thanks, guys, and have a great week. Bye,
Take
guys.
care, guys.
See you next week.